Well, I figured it's probably time to get this together here and give Zach his hype video for his championship. It's probably worth mentioning that anything you watch after this is a disclaimer, and you signed up for this. You wanted this, so I'll give you time to bail out now if you want. All right, here we go. So Zach, you're the champion here. I don't know, whose idea was these punishments anyway? Congrats, I played myself. It started out with a foot. How did it end up like this? It was only a foot. It was only a foot. And now I'm doing this. But a promise is a promise, and I figured I'd make it up to you and have a good promise this end, because the last time the Jews were promised something, they thought they were getting a hot shower. Been trying to dodge this punishment for a while. Call me Cody Ludwig. I don't think I'm going to do it half-assed though. I'm going full out on this one here. It's probably worth mentioning before we get any further into the video that Ralph, there's no meals provided on this movie excursion, but if you're looking for some nice seafood, I know Chris Mason has some frozen cod in his freezer. You just have to unearth it out of the 50 pounds of butter under there before you get it. But, Zach's champion, so I'm doing this. It feels about as good as what John Dillon probably felt once he found out he had to share a hostel room with 5 collective people in Key West. Something to give thanks for. I honestly don't know what's worse. Doing this and telling Zach that he's the champion, or having to send it off and get a green bubble text because John Key has an Android. Now, I can't be too mean about John Key because recently his job criteria is, do you know the ABCs? Can you count to 10? And what are the months of the year? So I gotta give him some break there. I was hoping that if I dragged this out long enough, Brooke would have just jumped in and did it for me, because she was losing everything else. So I was hoping that, she would just step up to the plate and do this, but instead here I am doing this. Zach's season went swimmingly well, just like Eric's treadmill. So swimmingly well that you got a guy like Max wondering, could I swim across that? I don't know. I almost wanted to have Eric lose the challenge of last place, because then he would have single-handedly did a triathlon between running, swimming, and drinking beers in a stagnant place. Now that would have been quite the feat. But instead, we have Max now doing the beer mile. And one might say he's making his way down the street, running slow, beers being drank, half mile to go. Sorry. This is so hard for me to do. Zach, he started doing his trading again this season. And you would think that a girl like Brooke would have been smart enough to recognize, I don't want to be trade raped this year. But Zach still got her. And you would think someone with that level of experience, and when it comes to being like trade raped, it's like, Brooke, don't you go outside during recess and scan the playgrounds for Stefan to be out in the pasture there looking on? You would think you'd have better experience with that. After Zach got his trade raping in, the winds just started flooding in, much like the salon. Well, anyway, Zach's the champion. Can't win them all. I know I'm starting to drag this out like Chris Mason's undergrad degree, but congratulations, Zach. You won. Hats off to you. Cheers.